Headphones are used every day. They have become commonplace in society, coming in different shapes, types, colors, and sizes. The use, functionality, and design of headphones have evolved over the years. Modern invention has brought about an onslaught of diversity with respect to headphones design. From noise-canceling headphones to Bluetooth-connected headphones. The electroacoustic transducer has become more than a musical listening object. It has become a functional necessity and even a fashion accessory. Brief history on headphones. Headphones are output audio devices. They allow the user to hear sounds at a loud volume without disturbing individuals around them. In contrast to loudspeakers, they are worn around the head and placed over the user's ears. They are traditionally connected to a sound and signal source through a cord. And when connected, they emit sounds having converted the electric signals for the user's private hearing. The signal source for the headphones can be a mobile phone, a computer, a sound amplifier, a radio, or even an electronic musical instrument. Apart from the traditional use of a cord, the headphones can be connected using the Bluetooth wireless technology. The history of the headphones can be traced to the telephone receiver earpiece, which was at the time, the sole means of listening to electrically transmitted audio signals. This was before the amplifier was developed. Headphones were never intended for music, rather they were used by telephone operators. Without the headphones, they would have been restricted to the telephone microphone, and that would have meant that the receivers must be placed by their ears at all times. In the succeeding years, the headphones would go through an extensive evolution in design and structure, which has eventually brought us to where we are on this day. Ernest Mercadier. In 1891, Ernest Mercadier had patented a set of in-ear earphones. These receivers were of smaller size and were created to be inserted into the ear canal. While the invention of the modern-day headphones cannot be directly linked to him, the history of headphones cannot be said without him. The first creation of earphones, which is quite similar to what we have today, was created by a company called Electrophone. These earphones, rather than going over the head, went under the chin. And they allowed users to connect to live shows and performances in the theaters and opera houses across London. Nathaniel Baldwin. The modern-day innovation can be traced to the work of Nathaniel Baldwin, an American engineer in his time. In 1910, Nathaniel Baldwin developed the first improved headphone prototype for the American Navy. The American Navy had been experimenting with radio communication. They were seeking an improvement on the model that they were using at the time. It was not uncommon during this period for individuals and businesses to send letters to the U.S. Navy offering them their products and services. Baldwin was one of such people. Baldwin constructed a prototype headphone and sent it across to the U.S. Navy for testing purposes. The prototype was tested and it was discovered to be a better model than what was in use by the naval radio operators at the time. The electrical properties of Baldwin's invention were good. The sound was better than what they were used to, but the design was very poor. With the help of the military officers, he was able to tweak the initial design, adding the adjustable headband with leather. And over time the U.S. Navy requested more orders of this invention. Baldwin was asked to patent his invention, which he refused on the ground that the innovation was not a major one. These headphones became the standard ones used by the Navy and operators of the telephone. Their electrical impedance varied. The ones used for wireless radio at the time had more turns of finer wire than the headphones used in telephone work. The design of the headphones was one that used moving iron drivers. The setup involved the use of voice coils and magnets to create a vibration that created sound waves. However, these headphones had poor quality in terms of sound. Eugen Beyer. By the 1930s, Eugen Beyer had developed the first dynamic headphones in Berlin, Germany for home listening. In 1937, serial production of the first dynamic headphones was launched, the DT48, which was in production up until the year 2012. Beyerdynamic's production of these headphones was stalled after World War II froze. The difference between these headphones and Nathaniel's invention was the kind of driver that was used. The latter was an improvement and had better sound quality than the former. The dynamic headphone was placed on the ear and it had a thin metal headband with two cables to connect individually. The DT48 headphones gave allowance for individuals to personally use the device to listen to recordings and broadcasts at home. John C. Koss. The next model of the headphones came in the post-World War II era. Technology had advanced and stereophonics was gaining a head start. In 1957, EMI Records pioneered stereo recordings, and just the year after, in 1958, the first commercially available stereo set of headphones was created by American jazz musician and entrepreneur John C. Koss. Koss is the founder of the Koss Corporation. The business corporation continues to design and manufacture headphones even till date. John Koss had been informed about a tape from a friend. It was a binaural audio tape, which he listened to through a pair of military-grade headphones. John Koss was ecstatic about how the tape sounded, and this was the beginning of how the first stereo headphones came to be. Time went on and Koss developed the first stereo headphones into an entire, private listening system. He had created a phonograph that came with a headphone jack so that the public could listen to music. The only problem was that, at the time, there were no headphones that worked with the phonograph he had created commercially available. The existing headphones were either made for communication or warplanes. Koss and his engineers quickly came up with a prototype stereo headphones, and the sound quality couldn't have been better. The first pair of stereo headphones were built using two empty cups containing 3-inch speakers protected by a perforated, light plastic cover and foam ear pads. These were connected by a bent metal rod, and the first pair of stereo headphones were born. The public was quick to embrace the stereo headphones due to their superior sound quality. The distinguishing factor that made the stereo headphones stand out was its design. In contrast with the headphones that had come before it, which transmitted the same sound from the phones, the stereo headphones played two distinct sounds from the two speakers. After the design was formally launched at a hi-fi trade show in Milwaukee in 1958, other manufacturers began to copy the design, adding diverse modifications as time passed. Modern-day headphones have come a long way since Nathaniel, the dynamic headphones, and even John Koss's stereo headphones. From tools used by telephone operators and military men to become a device for personal music listening. The advancement of technology has made headphones an integral part of music listening for the global community. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details. Visit our site zimheadphones.com for more headphone tips like this.